Hi, welcome to the Carol Butler Show. My name is Carol Butler, and as always, we're going to start off with a little take a breath. And my phone's cut off, so that's really interesting. Take a breath through your nose, release it through your mouth. One more, we'll do it right this time. Nose in. That's a simple 2 second, okay, 3 second stress beater. And today we're going to talk about something that happened to my dog that you don't want happening to your dog, and one of my favorite topics, sound healing. And I will be bringing up Thrive Own, an organization, a grassroots organization. You need to know what they're doing because I think you'll want to be involved for your own sake to enhance your life with everything that's going on today. I try to have my show as a bubble and not sound like a news show because there's so much going on in our lives now and it's not all happy. But on my show, you can take a break and de-stress and learn something that will help you out. And I'm going to start with the surprise of seeing my dog this is what he looks like normally. Matt Dillon. This was taken a few years ago. He's about 11 now. And see those beautiful blue eyes. The sun's in them now, so they're a little faded, but they're very bright blue. But yesterday, I came downstairs. I was putting parts of the show together, and I walked down about 1, 2, and saw this. Something's wrong with his left eye, Catherine. In a former life, worked for an optometrist for a couple of years. Yes, I've done everything. I tell everybody this and they don't believe me. I can't tell you how many times someone said, well, something's in my eye, but I'll wait until tomorrow morning. No, I once picked up a bottle of Clorox. Not kidding. I had plastic containers where you lift the lid, and I put all the ton of food that we have for all the cats all these years, and I had Clorox. And I was wiping some things around, the dog and cat area, and I put the Clorox bottle on top of the plastic container which the lid gave. And the Clorox bottle was pretty full. And instead of being like you put it on a table, and it just would have sat there, it gave and then it bounced back up. The Clorox went in my eyes. And having worked, and I don't think you have to have worked in an optometrist's office to know how horrible that was. But the first thing you do, always, the universal cure or step you take when you get something in your eye is water. Water, water, water. I was upside down in the sink of the kitchen, and then I made my way upstairs and hung upside down in the bathroom for, I know, 10 minutes, and then it still stung. And then I went back under. And yes, you're getting soaked. Who cares? You don't want to go blind because you've got something in your eye or you've got an infection. I keep saline around, and saline wouldn't have been enough for the Clorox incident. And I ended up, okay, let me tell the story real quick. I ended up going to the ER and they put me on water torture, which is having my eyes propped open with cups where they dripped water for, I don't know, an hour. It was horrible, but going blind would have been worse. So that was my thought when I saw Matt Dillon. It wasn't Clorox, but where did he get it? What is it? And the vets were booked, all of them. But someone canceled an appointment at our vet of 29 years experience, and we got him there, and she did put dye in his eye. And of course, if you've been a veterinarian, not a vet, a veterinarian for 29 years, you have an idea what it is. And she confirmed that it was uveitis, and you can get it almost anywhere. It's an infectious bacteria that can be anywhere. So we don't know. I'm just assuming because we left him and that was the only variable. Somehow, some bacteria on a cage he might have been put in, and that we're just not going to take him again to have him bathed. We'll just do it ourselves from like we always have. But he's happy now. It can take up to 3 weeks to get rid of this. And you do have drops that are difficult to put in, like this morning, and I'm very good at doing it. But holding a big dog and opening his eye when he's doing this. So Catherine got her to help, and I still missed. He did right when I'm getting close to his eye. He turned his head, so half the medicine went all over his face. So I think I may be getting another bottle before the weekend, but he's good. Today, I want to talk about something that Costa Rica did that Thrive Own, the organization that I've been suggesting you watch the movie to, Thrive Own 2, Thrive 2, not Thrive Own 2. The movement is Thrive Own. The movie is Thrive. And we're talking about you and me. There's a reason that the top 1% billionaires in this country made more in the pandemic while the rest of us are not employed and losing money, and people going into poverty and not able to feed their children and losing their apartments and their houses. There's a reason for that. It's how the system works. And if you understand how it works, you can begin to make your life better. And this group, this organization, I bought the movie. It's on its way. You know, the mail's been slowed down just a bit right now. You can rent it. But I would go to, let me just show you what one country did that Thrive Own said was great and was a great example. And you might laugh at this on first blush. Let me show you the pretty picture. In Costa Rica, look at this beautiful place. And this is courtesy of Thrive Own. An article was written about what they did with bees and trees. They gave them citizenship. They also gave all pollinators, bats, hummingbirds, butterflies, and native plants and trees citizenship. It makes you think about them differently, doesn't it? And Thrive said this is recommended for any country, anywhere, because they're an exemplary model for protecting the rights of ecosystems, something that we don't think anything of in the main of this country, and our current administration doesn't either. But in this, I'm going to mispronounce it. I'm already going to apologize. In a city called Curitiba, Costa Rica, which is nicknamed Sweet City, so maybe I'll just call it Sweet City from here on out. It has transformed its entire urban planning so that humans and wildlife thrive together, not one ruining the other's life. And it's an article that you can read if you'll go to livekindly.co, livekindly.co, to read the rest of this article and see what they're doing. And you know, we can't change the world all at once, but we can change our world, our backyard, how we look at things. But we have to know the systems. And that's what Thrive On, the movie. Please watch it. Please watch it. But I just thought this was such a great idea. I wanted to share it. And the next thing I'm going to share is sound therapy. And I want you to hear what it sounds like with these Tibetan bowls and why that might heal you in some way. I'm going to make a comment after the bowls play. Can you feel that? That calm? I can promise you, your body is resonating with that. Basically, sound therapy, which is used to heal you, is vibrational medicine. Because every organ, tissue, cell in your body, in fact, everything in the universe, even the earth, is in constant motion. If you take your cells down to the smallest piece, it's beyond, I think it's a prion. Everyone thought it was the atom, and then we had a quark, and then beneath the quark, I think we just finally, someone saw the bison quark. It was in theory. And a prion, I'm not sure they've ever seen, but they know it exists. So maybe a prion, something we haven't talked about ever. I haven't at any conversation I'm having about the smallest particle on the earth. And following an hour after the show, I'm going to post a video about that. But I wanted you to know that the reason sound therapy works is because you're vibrating. And if you're vibrating, an instrument that's tuned to your kidneys, tuned to any organ that you have. I'm sorry, it's total staying up all night allergies and dog. I would imagine that my allergies could be healed with sound therapy, and I'm looking into it. I also will show you what sound therapy, and it's locally for me. I'm in Lake Wylie, South Carolina, but Charlotte, which is a hop, skip, and a jump in North Carolina from here, maybe 20 miles, but an hour and a half to get to because of traffic, has people that allow you to get a sound bath and talk about the physics and biophysics of sound healing. And I want to share this with you. A man, William Sofkey, wrote an article, and again, you can find all of this at Thrive Home. And he said he spends a few dozens of dollars, is what he said. He said a few well-educated people like he is do that a few hours, but you can do it without going to one of these places, I think, and I'll show you how, but they're technically called sound baths. It's a special purpose sonic environment. And it feels as good as a massage, and I want to show you some of the things it addresses. I know you can read, but I know some of you are on a mobile phone. Stress, depression, anxiety, look, allergies, gastro disorders, asthma, arthritis, and I'll move me over, insomnia and PMS. It can improve your balance because you're getting your cells in sync with sound. Why do you think we love music? Why do people like different music that resonates with them more? It's because of who you are and what you're going through right now. And the music can be tuned to you. But we know what sounds good and feels good and reverberates with us. But now it's a modality of treatment. And anybody can do it. Anybody can do this. There is a city in India that I want to talk about. And this is a photo. You say his name. I'm not copyright infringing. I just had no way to show you this. And in Auroville, and by the way, this is in India, It was I want to say it's a town, it could be a city, comprised of 5 villages. It's a community. I think that's a better way of describing it. And it was founded in 1958 by a French woman. And she wanted to allow humans to come together without laws, no one telling you what you can and cannot do, without religion, without racism, where everyone would be treated equally. Everyone there, and is thriving today. There are 3,000 residents from 57 countries. And I think a third are Indian, followed by the French, because the woman that founded it was French. And then there are Italians and the Dutch and the Germans. There's a school that doesn't have a campus because the curriculum is whatever you decide it's going to be. You want to study fish? You want to study bugs, trees, plants, rocks? Whatever you want. And what you're seeing in the center of this photo, the reason I'm showing it is to show you how pristine it is. But this dome in the middle, I don't know that I can get closer to it. I'll try and hope I don't cut it off. Well, I can't. I can't do it. In there, the only rule is it's a sound spiritual place. There are no religions, by the way, but people go in, and the only rule is for them to be quiet. And they sit there in quiet and silence. This is similar to what people do when humans get together when they can, away from the noise pollution that we have, and say the word or sound and 7 people saying and they finally say it where they are in harmony, and it's very healing. But what a fantastic place. There are graphic designers there. There's someone that's doing reforestation, and they don't have money. They pay for things with an account number, and whatever they make, they can create anything. Their profit, 33%, they give back into the community. And they all make the same salary every month, and it's $170. What a symbol of unity. What a symbol of unity. But that's their meditation center, where they sit in silence and they have no creeds. And I just wanted to share that there is a place that you can do this. And I'm back, and I'm going to tell you, it couldn't be a better time for you to vote. I think right now, until you can see why we are not thriving like we should be, why humans aren't thriving, why Americans aren't thriving. It was enlightening to watch this Thrive 2 movie, but you could go to the ThriveOwn site, thriveown.com, and learn everything you need to know about what they're trying to do. But that place in Auroville in India, can you imagine not having anyone tell you what to do with your body, not telling you what you have to pay for something? You can live however you want in a car if you wanted to, I imagine. I don't think they let cars in there, but I think you can build whatever you want to live in, your little huts, and the weather apparently is good. So I'm here to ask everyone to not only vote, but I'll hope you'll always wear your mask. I will have a video on after this show that goes into the detail. There's no way for me to do live. I could put it on this. There is a way for me to do it live, but I really wanted it separate. I didn't want it to be immersed in what I'm trying to show you that Thrive is doing, because I want to thrive. I want ownership of my body. I want ownership of where I live. I don't want to be told I can't do this or that, whatever my spiritual leanings are. Well, of course, that's wrong. And there's an equalizer called money. And if all of us had the same salary and only because it is built on trust, and only gave an account number out when you bought something within this Auroville is supported by people that believe in it, and I'm sure ThriveOwn is part of their support. But they are happy. People have grown up there. Some of them are older now. I mean, if it's formed in '58, they're near my age. So, but people stay there because it's a little paradise on earth, and it's sort of like Burning Man, but that's sort of more of a hedonistic state where you can just go crazy with electronics and whatever you want out there, and that's really different than this city. And I encourage you to look it up and show you before I leave what I use, and this is called a hang drum. And I wanted you, or people can call it a hand pan, but I call it a hang drum. And they come in different sizes. This one you can see has little feet, and it has 8 notes. And the bigger ones, they cost a lot. Well, to me, they cost a lot. But this is just perfect. The craftsmen that make this is meant to be played more with drumsticks than the larger ones that are like this big, where you can play like you play it. I don't know. I play my steering wheel in the car. And this could be played with a finger. Interesting, so you can hear the tones of these notes. The craftspeople that make this interior doesn't have resonance. Listen. It's not a note. This is. My fingers are dulling it. I'm going to put it down. Maybe I can just hold the bottom. Listen. So I'm going to put it down because I think my hand's still. Yes. So how hard you strike it. Soft. But what I found very interesting, how did they get just these spaces? And again, my hand is blocking the sound, but that's just metal. But you hit here. And you can imagine going to sleep to that sound. I'm very sure you can Google online Tibetan, not hang drums, but Tibetan bowls, and listen to 9 hours. I listened to 2 the other night when I was going to sleep. It's all over YouTube, and it brings a sense of calm in the dark when you're trying to sleep and be stressed over things that we're observing happening now. So I will put this movie up when I shut this program. I'm wishing that all of you are safe and that you wear a mask. I'm telling you, my dog is going to heal. And I hope that you help each other. We do need kindness. We have seen some very bad examples lately in our world of people that did not value other people's lives. And I value yours. I value dogs. I value cats. I value trees. And it's not being a tree hugger or just an animal lover. This is our ecosystem. We all depend on each other. When we start killing everything, and when one small segment has all the money, something is out of balance. Something big is out of balance. So I'm going to encourage you. Yes, I guess I'm harping on this, to just visit thriveown.com, because I think it will expand your awareness of what's happening now and bring awareness about the systems that, quite frankly, are oppressing us. And there's no other word for it. They're preventing us from thriving. And if you don't understand how they work, then you can't take the steps, and they do have the steps to take, like Costa Rica. And we can do this. We can do this. But it's a grassroots movement. I'm a part of it. And they teach you how to transcend the reality that we feel, quite frankly, stuck in, I suppose. And if you don't feel stuck in it, something is wrong. And I know something is wrong. This country is stuck. And I want to unstick us. I want to be a part of taking those actions. And I won't be the one declaring citizenship in the United States of our pollinators and trees and plants, because I'm not in a position to globally or across the board, but in my backyard with my animals. They have names and they have rights. Have you heard of animal rights? They have rights, and there are people that break them. But because of trust, as in Auroville, we humans were not meant to be put in this situation to be just cogs in the wheel to big government. We weren't. And I'm not saying anarchy, I'm saying there's a way to live in unity without having a particular creed. There are actions that we all can take because we deserve ownership of our own life. My life is mine. And if I don't do anything to hurt anyone else, I should be able to do whatever I want. And I've always said that, always. Just be yourself and do what you want. And we have all these rules. So I'm going to be breaking a few to live in the kind of world I want to see and I want to live in. And I guess I hope you'll join me. This is not anarchy, by the way. These are steps, real steps you can start taking today. And the reason I'm not showing the video I made is because I can't touch ThriveOwn, who spent 20 years putting in a understandable way an understanding of the systems that we are not thriving in. And if you understand the oppression that's keeping you from being who you were meant to be on this pristine, once pristine earth, then you can take the steps that will make your life better. So this has been Carol Butler on the Carol Butler Show. Wear that mask, and please vote. Please get out and vote. It's never been more important. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. Come back and check the show because I'm putting the video up when I get off. Give me 30 minutes. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and I hope I've just given you something to think about.